lived in the Shaolin temple as a monk, 6 months, trained Kung Fu there in 2017. I used to fight Muay Thai in Thailand. I'm a rescue diver. I went to Everest Base Camp when I was 19. I started training Kriti post Mimi.
Oh,
She was doing a film. Mimi was the one where she had to put on weight for. And then the lockdown hit and she didn't want to sit around with that weight. So I actually trained. I had not met her for a year and a half. I'd never sat down with her like this. I've trained her behind a screen.
Wow.
And I think that's when I also moved to Mexico to train with my teachers, got into surfing, got into fighting, jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
But all this while we were training online. We dropped most of the weight. We were like, she was in great shape.
She's looking like $1 million right now.
Yeah. Right now she's in incredible shape. Karan's doing a great job. They've been training well. Like you can tell she's very driven. Even for her, she knows the importance of what's to come. So she's driven, she shows up, she's there. There's a point I have to send her.
Really?
Like, enough, we are done. But she wants to train more. I think with Sharvari, she kind of, when they came to me, we knew Sharvari. Sharvari trained with us virtually in the lockdown.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's shaping up, and how?
He's in better shape than me. Or than I've been. Pictures and messages at midnight. Oh, I want to have an Oreo, I want to have something. Again, emotional side of balancing. It's not just the 1 hour in the gym. It was a great process. He's a lot of fun. He's always playing, which is nice for me too. It's good energy. Someone's playing, someone's there, someone's always like making jokes. So it was cool.
True. Hi, welcome to ETimes. My name is Jigar Shah, and today we are with Robin Behl. Robin, welcome to Food and Fab.
Thank you.
Robin, we've been really trying very hard to get hold of you. You've been traveling across the globe. Now, where exactly were you? I think you were in Sri Lanka.
I was in Sri Lanka.
You were capturing the waves. As simple as
there was a beautiful cyclone there. Not beautiful, which is why the swell was great. So I was there for a week just surfing, trying to reorganize myself a bit, get back into it.
Okay, Robin, you were surfing. If I'm not wrong, you also have scaled the world's eighth tallest summit, which is obviously the 4th dangerous Mount Manaslu.
Yes.
Mount Manaslu. And you trained some of the biggest names in Bollywood. How is the three of them coming together? Like, what is Robin all about now?
So for me, it's all about the physicality of it. I love putting myself through different situations, different challenges, different environments, and I love nature. So even how the tribe was set up was through all of this. I have a background I've lived in the Shaolin temple as a monk, 6 months, trained Kung Fu there in 2017. I used to fight Muay Thai in Thailand. I'm a rescue diver. I went to Everest Base Camp when I was 19. So this kind of got me into a point where I was exploring. I was searching for different mediums of physicality, of seeing what works for me, what sort of art I'm looking at. And I realized it's not one thing, I'm looking at movement. I love the mountains, I love the water, I love moving, I love everything in the middle. So that's how for me also the tribe gives me the freedom to give people the resources to explore their physicality, help them with it. It also in turn allows me to go and do what I do. So I feel for me the tribe took a circle of life, allowing this. Even when I'm training the celebrities or any actors or athletes or anyone we're working with, these experiences allow me to use those disciplines to instill in them.
Oh, wow. Okay. So how did all of this, learning all of this, turn into imparting all of this?
I mean, we only have so much place to store, right? What is it if we're not sharing? There's so much information out there, and too much information is toxic. So I also like to keep it simple. I believe discipline in anything is key. To even, the first step of training is showing up on time.
Yeah.
You can be rocking an 8-pack, you can do everything, you showed up 10 minutes late, you failed on that day.
Yeah.
You failed on that day, at least for me. So even in the mountains, in the ocean, even when you're surfing, you got to watch the wave. You got to read where it's coming from.
Yeah.
You got to respect the people in the lineup. It's discipline, it's observing. You can't just go take a board out, be jungly about it. No, it's even in the mountains.
Yeah.
You have to respect the mountain. You have to eat well. You have to conserve your energy. It's at an altitude.
Yeah.
Again, the discipline comes in. Self-management comes in, which I feel is a major part of training. with celebrities, with actors. Their training is 1 or 2 hours of their day. They got
Yeah.
25 other things happening, dancing, acting, workshops. So this sets that discipline which they can impart everywhere,
Lovely.
you know. So that's how I like to look at it.
Okay. So when did you and Bollywood come together? When was the first thing?
Actually, something you don't know about
Yeah.
me is I used to be an AD.
Really?
I started assisting when I was 18 with Dharma.
Oh wow.
I was an AD for almost 6 years while I was traveling and doing all these things. I worked my way up to being a first AD. I was a first AD on this film called Gumrah.
Oh yes.
It's actually a good circle because I was the first AD on Gumrah. COVID happened.
Yeah.
The film kept going on and off. Karan and me had just started classes on the beach before that. And we were unofficially the tribe. Karan had his gym, I was working there. That was
Yeah.
our side hustle.
True. True.
Tribe came together. Anushka and Karan, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So Anushka said that, guys, we can't sit at home, let's do something virtually. And we started taking online classes.
Yeah.
And I started loving it. And I woke up excited to do what I do. And in film, I was kind of losing that because I found there were too many aspects of it which were not creative. I was
Yeah.
in it for the creativity.
Yeah.
And I feel I was not getting maximum potential there. So one morning I just decided to pull the plug. That time the tribe was nothing.
Yeah.
I started training Kriti post Mimi.
Oh.
She was doing a film. Mimi was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one where she had to put on weight for.
Yeah.
And then the lockdown hit and she didn't want to sit around with that weight. So I actually trained. I had not met her for a year and a half. I'd never sat down with her like this. I've trained her behind a screen.
Wow.
And I think that's when I also moved to Mexico to train with my teachers, got into surfing, got into fighting, jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
But all this while we were training online. We dropped most of the weight. We were like, she was in
Dude,
great shape
she's
for being
looking
at
for
home.
she's looking like $1 million right now.
Yeah. Right now she's in incredible shape. Karan's doing a great job. They've been training well. And so from Kriti, it opened doors. We had different people come in. I was in Mexico. I got a call for Adarsh.
Oh, wow.
And initially I didn't take it on because I wasn't sure if I'm coming back. But I actually did end up coming back. I had my own set of injuries, so I had to come back here for treatment. And Adarsh, Anya, and then the circle of life took place. I got a call for Aditya Roy Kapoor for night manager.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
So I trained Adi for night manager, and Adi and me had a good connect. So I went on to actually train him for Gumrah. So that's where my circle finished, and I realized that okay, this is good. I feel good, and every time I was back on a set, I didn't miss it. There was something about it, but I didn't miss it. But I was enjoying what I do. I love what I do. And of course, there's not too much nature in Bombay,
Yeah.
which keeps sending me out constantly, which is why this has taken so long. But irrespective, I enjoy this.
Lovely. Okay, now you're in a way part of probably one of the biggest films in India, which is Alpha, because you trained Sharvari for it. What is it that you're training Sharvari for, and how is it training her? Because people have not seen much of her because she probably is like 3-4 films old only. So how is it? Because perhaps spot her every time this person
Yeah.
spot her when she's downstairs when he comes to the gym.
I make it a point to not step out of the gym until she's gone. But she's great to train. Like you can tell she's very driven. Even for her, she knows the importance of what's to come. So she's driven, she shows up, she's there. There's a point I have to send her.
Really?
It's like, enough, we are done. But she wants to train more. And she's ready because she knows, and that's rare. And it's not like she's not in shape or she's out of shape.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always room for more potential. The second you feel you're there, it's the beginning of the end. You've put a ceiling to yourself. Now you're limited. When there's no ceiling, you're limitless. So there's always scope for improvement. And it needn't only be the body. Once I feel if we train hard, we achieve the body goals, we can work on more skill-based stuff, which she may or may not even need in the film. I'm not sure, but it's something that will stay with her. I think with Sharvari, she kind of, when they came to me, we knew Sharvari. Sharvari trained with us virtually in the lockdown.
Oh.
Yeah, Sharvari and her friend or her sister.
She has a
Her
sister.
sister, they used to do our classes in the lockdown. So she knows my process. She has an idea. So when they came, she came knowing that, okay, this is going to be a little unorthodox, but which made it beautiful for me.
Dude, it's dedication. She stays very far from the gym
She
where
comes
you
from far.
Yeah, she comes
comes
really
from
far. Like,
far.
she travels an hour to reach the gym, pretty
And
much.
not only, she comes to whichever studio I'm at, no problem, no complaints. So for me, that's also very gratifying. It's rewarding in a way because it keeps me going.
Okay, so what changes have you brought in? Like, what changes have you seen in her, as a physical part of it, or the mental part
you all
of it?
will be able to tell me when you'll see the film, but
I have not, it's still a while that movie is going to come out, but from what I have seen her last, I met her after Munjia released, and now when I spot her when pictures come out,
Correct.
I'm like, boss, she really is leaning up.
leaning. In fact, we started before Munjia released, before the song. Oh. So we actually did this. I can't get the name of the song, but before that, Taras, the very sexy song.
Yeah.
We were, I think, in training a month and a half, 2 months before that.
Wow.
And when we found out, we had to I don't accelerate till, like, I was given a timeline and I had planned it accordingly. I said I'll accelerate close to that because I have to also keep her emotional levels going in. If I accelerate now, she'll be burnt out.
True.
And she is an actor.
Yeah.
So first I need to make sure that she can perform. Then the body comes into play. So even I got to be strategic about it. But then the song came up and we had to kind of expedite it a bit. But she was ready. There was no ooh, ah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like getting off salt and doing certain things before a body shot for a couple of days with no mental preparation or notice, it's not easy.
True.
Like I have Adarsh and we have fought.
Wow.
And fought in a way where I knew he's fighting with me because he's irritable.
Yeah.
He's off salt, he's doing things. But I also knew that now this is the part of my job where I need to keep him sane. So I need to let him have that.
Yeah.
I said, let it out on me right now. I got to be that, But it takes a toll. Suddenly, mentally, if you're not there, mentally, if you're thinking my body's not in place and this and that, it won't look good. The body is sensitive, it listens.
True.
So in terms of that, even for the song, I think she pushed. And it was a good test for me because I know, okay, she's ready. She's ready to do it. So I was not stressed about when we get into the film and we're there.
So you put her off salt, basically. One of the things.
Always, everybody, before the body shot, we take a day off because it's water retention, right? So just our body stores water. So the second we get off that, the skin just looks sharper.
Wow.
But it's not a good thing to do because it dehydrates you. You're irritable. With Adarsh, if the body shot was pushed by a day or two, and imagine 2 or 3 days, one day before, so 3 days, he was like, I was scared at one point. No, I knew he wouldn't, but I was like, you shouldn't hit me.
Yeah.
But we were there. That was a great bond also. I really, really enjoyed that film. Like, I can't tell you, truly.
True.
Everyone, even with the director, the team.
The director himself looks like a hero to me.
Arjun
looks like a hero to me only.
I used to get calls from Arjun every second day. Yo, Robbie, I want to know what can I do with Adarsh. Can we do this? Like at one point, we had delivered by, and I was not in touch with any ADs. Me and Arjun used to, so I kept sending him updates and he was happy. But now he got so happy. Robin, I want him to do like a one arm. I was like, Arjun, he's not. I was like, don't get too excited. But no, he was cool. He was.
Cool. He also was playing a trainer in the film to Anya. He was playing a trainer to Anya.
Adarsh was me.
Yeah. True.
If you've not, now once you spend more time with me, when I saw the film, I was shocked. I was cracking up. Anya also. Yeah. Anya was with me. So Adarsh, Anya both. We were laughing because he's talking like me, he's walking like me. And I had no idea that Arjun made that happen. And of course, Adarsh, how technical, what do you call it? Like method he is. So it was cool. If I knew, I would have been damn conscious. But he did
Probably that wasn't the plan, not to make you conscious.
Bro, he did it damn well. Like, just certain things like smile, boom, 3, 2, like I was amazed.
Lovely. Okay, you are also training someone who's yet to make his debut, which is Ibrahim Ali Khan.
Yes.
The man has slimmed up, and I can say that because I have seen him before. Because I have a friend who's very close to him. So I met him like 3-4 years ago, and now when I look at him, the man looks is shaping up. And how?
He's in better shape than me, or than I've been. He's got.
What is he doing? What are you doing with him, please?
So see again, when it happened. When I started with him, he was 21.
So Ibrahim was 21 when it began with you?
Yeah.
And he's 24. I think he's 20.
Oh, he was 21 or 22.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I started with him just when I started Citadel VD, October 22.
Okay, yeah.
October 22, I started with him. And I had one thing clear, and even his director had made one thing clear, that this needs to be done, and it has to be done a certain way. And of course, at that time, he was not in top shape. He's always been an athletic guy.
Yeah, he's a
which
footballer.
made it
Yeah.
easy for me.
He's a footballer, cricketer. I think he's a
He played cricket
And-
in his college.
Yeah.
And football he played. Like, he's just athletic.
Yeah.
He's got good genes and he's sharp. The same thing. I needed to instill discipline. 21, 22, you're there. It's a time of your life where you want to chill also. But he had a big opportunity, and a good thing was he was aware of it. And to set it straight, I used to call him at 7 a.m. For a guy who would not wake up at 7 a.m., I don't even know at what time, but I didn't. I spoke to the director, I said...
This was Shauna's film.
No, this was Kayo's film.
Kayo's film, okay.
Sarzameen.
Sarzameen.
I spoke to him and I said, I'm going to call him in the morning. I said, you do what you think. Because I also know Kayo, I was with Dharma.
Yeah, you're
He
Dharma.
knows my process.
Yeah.
He knows that the work I did with Adi and everything. He's like, you do it. I said, okay. And he used to hate me. Ibrahim used to hate me. He'd walk into the studio, he'd be pissed off with me, he'd not. And at that point, I did not have to be his friend. But I saw him. My job was, I need the guy to show up. If he shows up, I win.
Yeah.
He showed up. He showed up for a month straight at 7 a.m. He cursed me every day, but he was there, which was beautiful for me. I said, okay, I said, now we're getting somewhere. Of course, we were not where we wanted. We were like 20% progress. I'll call you at 8:30. Now, he's easy. Now he's on maintenance because he's in great shape. If we do more, the production tells us like, chill, He's there. He's maintained it very well. He's training hard. Even if he doesn't have a project, he shows up.
Yeah.
And for Shauna's film, we had to completely change, from character-wise. So again, we had to push through. And there was not it was kind of overlapping. So we never got a break.
Wow.
But he was there. All I can say is at that stage for you to leave everything, work hard, go for workshops, do everything, as I said, was good. And he managed. And we were in touch. No cheat meals. I'd get pictures and messages at midnight. Oh, I want to have an Oreo. I want to have something. Again, emotional side of balancing. It's not just the 1 hour in the gym. You can absolutely kill it 1 hour. 23 hours of the day, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It counts. So I look at them as students or case studies. So you have to be more detailed with it and look into it.
How is it? Because you also have trained someone who I really love, which is Varun Dhawan.
Yes.
The man I've known him since his first film. And the man's a child.
Yeah.
Literally, he's a child.
But he's
cool. He's got that innocence of a child.
Yeah.
He can play all action hero that he wants, but he actually is like inherently like this cute guy like a brother that you can have. You trained him for one of his most difficult projects, which was Citadel.
Correct.
And if you've seen the show, the man has killed it when it comes to his actions, the fight sequence that he had. So what did you train him for? Was it that part? What
primarily it was his mobility. He's got the body. He's done it too many times. There's nothing much for me to teach him in terms of his strength and the aesthetic bit. He knows. But because of doing that a lot, sometimes it takes a hit on your body.
Yeah.
You get rigid. And when you're doing that much action, it's tough to move as freely.
Yeah.
Which is where the initial bit of the show, we stepped in just working on his mobility, his fluidity, how he moves. How he moves to be able to do those things and come out of it pain-free. So that was my bit. To make sure you're pain-free after. And not while doing it and then do it because he's a great performer. While he's there, he'll put everything into it.
Yeah.
And then coming out of it, you can't be, life still goes on.
True.
So working mainly more on the spine, releasing the hips, releasing the shoulders, just having that fluidity to be able to go in and not be stuck. Because he also was aware there's a lot of action happening. And the similar producers or the EP was on Khogai. Knew my work. So they got to me for this. And it was a great process. He's a lot of fun. He's always playing, which is nice for me too. It's good energy. Someone's playing, someone's there, someone's always making jokes. So it was cool.
True. Robin, can you take us through a session with you take Sharvari or Ibrahim or Varun, take us through a session how you train them? Because I really want to see how do you work on that hardware part of it. As I said, software, I want to see the hardware part of it. What do you do? Because you said that you are in the nature all the time and you want to be physicality part of it. What do you train? How do you train? Is it very different from what others?
My foundational bits, for me, where have they gone? The Olympic rings.
Yeah.
The Olympic rings are something I use a lot. The wooden rings.
Yeah, I
So
know,
I use
yeah.
that a lot for the pulling work, for the pushing work, even for legs. So that is something that I like to use a lot with everybody.
Wow.
And Ibrahim hates it because he sees me and he looks at the ring and he's like, no. But I like to develop the chin-ups on the ring, muscle-ups, front levers. For me, every session I like to start and finish with a passive hang, where I'm just hanging, keeping my feet off the floor. We don't have too much height here. And this is something that anybody can use every day.
Wow.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm allowing one of the greatest forces of nature to align my body, which is gravity. So I'm decompressing my spine, my shoulders, and aligning the body because we spend our lives compressed.
Yeah, well, I'm
on
like
the
this
phone,
usually. Yeah.
I'm on the phone. So this is something I start every session with, whoever.
Wow.
Even if you come tomorrow, because we don't do it enough.
Yeah.
And it's something as simple as accumulating like maybe 3 to 5 minutes in a day. Just hang.
Yeah.
Do 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And I like to counter this with the compression, which is a squat.
Oh, wow.
Which is how we were designed to eat, shit, rest. So these, even in my sessions, these are my 2 resting positions.
Wow.
So now if I'm giving you a break, if I'm doing something, go hang, squat, be there. You're watching TV, maybe 5 minutes watching the squat. Too much time on the phone, okay, fine, spend time on the phone, but so compress.
Yeah.
And then use it to kind of decompress.
Wow. So you make all your clients do this, be it Sharvari, Ibrahim.
Anyone at any age, if it's too much for somebody to even hang, I give you some weight on the toes. So there are regressions, there are modifiers for everything.
Yeah.
Like right now we're working, Ibrahim works on a single arm.
Really?
So he's hanging on one arm, he's here. He's training like an athlete, so he's strong. And now I'm not even letting him go by. Movie or no film, now we want to really pick it up. So he's working on a single arm hanging.
Wow.
That's your next step. So that's a big, these 2 golden tools.
Wow.
You'll thank me one day.